Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Mr. Don Charles, a man of the moment, just a few days after such an epic fight night. I'll start with Tyson Gallagher. He was in the corner tonight. Impressed with the performance?
Most definitely. It takes two to tango. She was fighting a very durable, rough and tough opponent, and the girl didn't allow Tyson to exhibit her boxing skills, but nevertheless, sometimes you got to win ugly. The main thing is to retain her titles, which she did, and she also picked up an additional title tonight. So, like, sometimes you got to win ugly, and that's what champions do. They grind it out. Sometimes it's not all pretty.
That's the most important thing, like you said. I'm guessing it's the first time you've experienced a GBM show. What do you make of the whole setup and the production?
Oh my God, yeah. Izzy's been inviting me, and I've made it down. I'm glad I've made it down, and it's really, the production is very, very, very good, top-notch stuff, and the arena. I'm very impressed with the arena. I wish we had something like this in London, because in London you don't have such venues where this type of capacity, intimate, and it's up to date sort of venue. Yeah, love it, absolutely love it. Good atmosphere.
You don't even get parking in London, that's the worst part. Let's talk about the last few days for you, Don. What's been, obviously, a madness on the weekend, a big win for your fighter, Daniel Dubois. What's been the best and worst thing about the days that followed?
Oh, everything is good. God is great, you know, absolutely no complaints. You know, I've been inundated with that, you know, just people. You don't realize how many people that root for you. I know that literally, practically, 97% of the population in this country was against us, and the 3% that's for us, that's all we needed, the positive energy to go and help our boy Daniel to get that victory. You know, I'm so happy.
Do you not think, like, this is my observation, the response you've got since the fight, I think it's the way you've come across, and I've seen a lot of interviews and people talking about you as a character. People love your humbleness and the way you keep it real, and just the way how passionate you are. I think that's come out in a lot of content since the fight, and that's why people are showing you a lot of love.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm an old school guy, and I'm an organic guy, very emotional guy, and I just speak my mind, and I just want people, you know, who wrote the song? Is it the Beatles? All You Need Is Love. And really and truly, if people realized how much love heals, love cures, the world will be a much better place, yeah? Stop hating, love one another, and the world will be a really good place.
You mentioned song there. I just thought, who on earth thought of Daniel in the Lion's Den? I've never ever heard of that song. And the song's actually called Daniel in the Lion's Den, and it literally was Daniel in the Lion's Den.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel, there's a lot to Daniel that people don't know, because he doesn't say a lot. That kid is deep. Yeah, sometimes we're in the gym and he comes up with something for what? Where did that come from? He's a very unique and blessed child.
How did you find that ring walk? The electricity was amazing.
Yeah, that's Daniel and his father. Obviously, you are the company you keep, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's all from his father.
Got to ask you, since the fight, obviously, nobody expected it to be that one-sided. There's talk of a rematch. I spoke to Eddie Hearn earlier, and he's still saying AJ wants a rematch. So, what, are you guys open to that?
Listen, whenever I'm asked that, I shy away from it because I don't get involved. When I know Frank Warren, our promoter, has got everything under control, come such time, Frank comes to me and says, this is what's happening next. Collectively, the father, myself, we look at it, and if it's the right thing to do, we'll do it. But we trust Frank.
You will have seen since the fight, you know, when the cameras are watching you guys in the corner, all the content's come out since the fight, and we've seen the instructions AJ was given going into round 5. What did you make of them instructions that, you know, he was looking to roll the dice, throw the uppercut, and he also said that Dubois was shit. I don't know if you've seen that footage.
I've seen everything. I've seen and heard everything. Alarming, quite alarming, when you have to take, as a senior, hence why my age, this is why experience and comes into a lot of things in life. The coach has to take charge. Your fighter cannot be dictating what's happening in the corner. The coach, as a coach, you take charge. And what I saw, obviously, it's been circulated all over the internet. Yeah, the coach has to take charge. There's a lot of unnecessary conversations going on about our guy being SHIT, alarming. I would, if a fighter of mine dare says that, especially with what's going on, being flawed every round, I would have slapped them the hardest slap and slapped some sense into them. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So the trainer has to take charge in those situations.
They were targeting the uppercut. Do you see Daniel Dubois open to uppercuts?
Yeah, because a comfort fighter, it is a right shot to throw. Anthony was attempting it all through every round. He attempted it, but there's a lead. There has to be a lead up to it. You don't just chuck it. There's a lead up to it, and there's a defense to it. Like I said, they do a lot of film studies, so they need to go back and study it, the opposition, and correct their mistakes. It is a good idea what they were calling, but there are things you have to do to set it up. And whilst throwing, there is also things you got to do, because like we did, we countered it, and we knew in training, we trained for that someone aggressive comfort fighter is prone to receive an uppercut, but we already made provisions for it.
You know, before this fight, I don't know if you remember, I spoke to you about 2 months ago. I think we were at the launch press conference, and I asked you about the right hand against Hrgovic, and you said to me that was a decoy. And I remember mentioning that to a few people, and they took the piss. But you was right.
I'm glad it was you that asked me that. So, you know, I'm a very old, but that old, I have wisdom. So when I threw that equation, those who are dumb will never understand what I know what I meant by it. It depends on what context any word is used in. What I was alluded to is that we didn't plan to go to Riyadh to receive 40 right hands. No, we did not. I was alarmed by that. I was shocking that we leaked 40 right hands. And we were lucky not to, for the fight not to be finished against us. So when you ask me that, meaning those who are going to pin their hopes on that, then you can use that as a decoy, meaning although it was a fluke that we survived receiving 40 right hands, so the opposition are going to concentrate only in practicing right hands. So it was a decoy. I'm going to use it as a decoy. So those jealous, hatred, evil-minded people who decided to make a joke out of it, who had the last laugh, we did. I knew what I meant when I said that. I used it in our favor.
Indeed, you did. And just last thing, going away from boxing, Don, what was Dan like away from the ring when you guys must have some time together? Because I know he doesn't say a lot of words, but how was he away from the ring, and you guys must have discussed the fight?
Well, after that, I put my hand on my heart. No. There's plenty of time to discuss the fight. Right now, our son came out of the ring healthy. Joshua came out of the ring healthy. That's the most important. They both went back to their families. Daniel has traveled. In fact, this evening he traveled. He's going to be away, get some sun, come back. We'll get together, go to each other's house to eat some food and pray, and then see what's next. And then, yeah, I mean, we make everything very simple. It's not. There's no time for overindulging in what, because the work is not complete. It's an ongoing mission. So we go back to improve. I keep using the word layers. There's more layers to bolt onto what Daniel already has. We have to keep improving.
And this is the last question for you, because I know you'll answer this truthfully. How shocked or surprised were you with how the fight went with regards to being so one-sided? Did you expect at any point that was what was going to happen in the ring? So
you have to... I heard some of it. Can you repeat it? I don't want to answer you wrong.
Did you realistically expect the fight to be that one-sided?
No. You can't. That's complacency. If you, we believe that. I said to Daniel and the whole team before we started camp, this is going to be Daniel's hardest fight. It was. That's our mindset. So we trained to. If it was King Kong turned up that night, we trained to beat King Kong or Godzilla. That was our mindset. Then it's up to the opposition who took us for granted, because they bought the hype of all the experts and pundits, created a narrative that spread like wildfire, and the opposition was stupid enough to have bought it and believed in the hype. But we were away training for Godzilla and King Kong. That was the difference. No, we didn't think it was going to be easy. No, hell no. it turned out to be one-sided. That wasn't what we were training for. We were training for the best. They told us it was the best Anthony Joshua turning up. He has improved. And we looked at the line of this improvement, the personnel he has beaten. Who are they? We did that's the case or film studies we do. We'll examine every detail, but they were too busy practicing how to hit us with one shot. When we took that one shot away, we limited them to one significant right hand all through those while that fight lasted, and then we received 2 significant uppercuts. 3 shots that I was, let's say, concerned about all through that fight. That's embarrassing.
John Charles, as always, genuinely appreciate your time, brother. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.